There are moments when our mind becomes our biggest enemy. We sit with a simple task in front of us, something that might only take a few minutes, but our thoughts start multiplying. What if I fail? What if this isn't perfect? What if I choose the wrong way? And before we know it, hours have passed, our chest feels heavy, and the task still lies untouched. This is the silent storm of overthinking paralysis, where thoughts replace action, and fear replaces movement. It begins quietly, maybe with the idea of doing something important, writing a message, starting a project, sending an application. But instead of starting, our brain throws us into endless analysis. We imagine every possible outcome, every potential mistake, every judgment from others. We build a wall of what ifs, so tall that it traps us inside our own hesitation. The longer we think, the smaller our courage feels. Overthinking is not laziness, it's the pain of wanting to do something so well that we end up doing nothing at all. It's perfection disguised as preparation. We convince ourselves that we're being careful, that we're just thinking it through, but deep down we know, we're scared to start. Because starting means risking imperfection. And imperfection feels like failure to the anxious mind. Every thought feels like a weight pressing down. You replay conversations in your head, you rewrite plans 100 times, you predict the future as if it's your job. But the truth is, no amount of thinking can erase uncertainty. The world doesn't reward endless thought, it rewards small, imperfect action. Yet the more we overanalyze, the more distant that first step feels, until even beginning feels impossible. Inside, it's chaos, a battle between reason and fear. One voice says, just start. The other whispers, not yet. You're not ready. And that whisper wins again and again. You scroll for hours, tidy your desk, watch another video, anything to delay the moment of beginning. You call it procrastination, but it's deeper than that. It's emotional paralysis, where the mind becomes too loud to let the body move. But here's the truth that breaks the loop. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes after it. The fog in your mind only clears when you walk through it, not when you wait for it to disappear. The perfect time will never arrive. The courage you're waiting to feel won't come until you take the first imperfect step. Action creates momentum, and momentum silences fear. When you finally start, even in the smallest way, writing one line, making one call, opening that file, something shifts. The thoughts that once felt heavy begin to lose their power. You realize that doing is easier than thinking about doing. You see that the fear wasn't in the task, it was in your anticipation of it. That's how overthinking tricks us. It magnifies what hasn't even happened. Every small action is a rebellion against the paralysis in your mind. It's proof that you are stronger than your fears, louder than your doubts. You don't have to silence your thoughts completely, just act despite them. The goal isn't to be fearless, it's to move while afraid. Progress begins when you decide that thinking about it one more time isn't helping anymore. Overthinking is the art of creating problems that don't exist. But when you replace thought with action, something beautiful happens, energy returns. The world opens up again. The mind that once trapped you becomes your greatest tool, once it learns to serve action instead of stopping it. Every time you start, no matter how small, you rewrite your story from hesitation to movement. So, if you're staring at something you've delayed for too long, take a breath. Don't wait for confidence. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just begin, with shaking hands, with uncertainty, with fear. Because action is the cure for overthinking, and the only way out of paralysis is through movement. One step, one breath, one imperfect start. That's where freedom begins.